Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency marks 2025 Noise Awareness Day, once against noise pollution. For the government, transporters begin 40% fare reduction in Abuja amid increase in CNG conversion. On the foreign scene, 7 people die in South Sudan hospital, market bombing. And in sport, Arsenal adds Nigeria's Ademola Lookman to shortlist for summer transfer. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. The Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, has joined the global community to mark the 2025 International Noise Awareness Day with a theme, Protect Your Hearing, Protect Your Health. The event, which was held at LASEPA's headquarters in Alausa, brought together stakeholders, partners, and members of the public to raise awareness about the dangers of noise pollution. General Manager of LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, warned religious organizations, entertainment venues, and industries to comply with noise regulations or face tough enforcement measures. Ajayi revealed that the agency had received over 1,600 noise complaints in the last 18 months, with 600 leading to enforcement actions. He stressed the serious health risks linked to excessive noise, including cardiovascular problems and mental health issues. The LASEPA boss said the agency would not hesitate to impound sound equipment from violators, especially in open markets and public spaces. In a significant stride towards achieving universal health coverage, UHC, and ensuring no resident is left behind, the Lagos State Health Management Agency, LASHMA, has inducted 20 National Health Fellows, NHFs, as dedicated Ilera Eco champions. This strategic move harnesses the energy and vision of young leaders to bolster the state health insurance scheme. The permanent secretary of LASHMA, Emanuela Zamba, who congratulated the newly appointed fellows, urged them to embody the values of both the National Health Fellows Program, NHFP, and the Ilera Eco initiative, serving as exemplary ambassadors in their crucial roles. Zamba lauded the federal government for establishing the NHFP, affirming that this inclusive approach would empower the young leaders to become active participants in the implementation of the governor's executive order, thereby advancing the state healthcare system. She stressed confidence that their involvement would also significantly strengthen the healthcare system, particularly at the grassroots level. Leaders of the Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union, RATAU, from the Southwest Zone have expressed concern over a noticeable decline in solidarity and comradeship among its members. This was contained in a communique issued at the end of a zonal meeting in Ado-Ekiti to strategize ahead of the union's forthcoming National Delegates Conference, NDC, slated for July. The union called for a rekindling of a spirit of unity and mutual support, describing them as vital to strengthening the union's presence and effectiveness in the region. Ratau also used the opportunity to urge the Ekiti state government to implement the long-standing weighing allowance for media and culture workers, which their counterparts at the federal level have benefited from for nearly 15 years. Meanwhile, in preparation for the NDC, the Southwest leaders unanimously endorsed 3 candidates to represent the zone: Dare Durosimi for National President, Adebayo Aribatishe for National Vice President, Southwest, and Kayode Olonfemi for National Auditor. Members were urged to rally behind these candidates to ensure the zone's success at the conference. President Bola Tinubu has called on the 36 state governors to focus on delivering tangible results to their people, asserting their performance, not popularity, is a true test of leadership. Speaking during a 2-day working visit to Katsina State, the president charged governors to to ignore distractions and allow their results speak for them, commended Governor Diko Rada's performance across sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Tinubu said his administration has made significant progress in the state in less than 2 years. The president acknowledged the insecurity challenges facing the region, but praised the Katsina's governor's courage and resilience, assuring that the federal government will be with him. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government, in partnership with transporters, has commenced the implementation of 40% fare reduction for commuters in Abuja following the installation of compressed natural gas systems on taxis originating from Area 1 Motor Park to other parts of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Data from the Presidential CNG initiative showed that fares from Area 1 Park to Gwagwalada dropped from 1,500 naira to 900 naira, while fares from Area 1 to Jabi dropped from 700 naira to 420 naira. The government said over 50% of taxis in Abuja have converted to CNG fuel. Speaking in Abuja, the program director, PCNGI, Michael Oluwagbebi, said the agreement reached with the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, has begun to yield results. Oluwagbebi was represented by the regional CNG expansion coordinator in charge of the North, David Ndakwo, explained that the 40% reduction in transportation fares applies to routes serviced by vehicles converted to CNG. It stressed that with over half of the taxis in the nation's capital converted to CNG usage, the target is to have all taxis running on CNG, which will lead to a crash in the cost of transportation in the city. In his remarks, Secretary Garki branch of NURTW, Ibrahim Jubril, said the union has been working with PCNGI since the program was launched, stressing that it was all part of efforts of the president to alleviate the suffering of Nigerians with regard to movement from one point to the other. In a major development, about 14 top officials of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, including two former chief executives, Mele Yari and Abubakar Yahadua, are under investigation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. According to reports, the probe centers on a staggering $2.9 billion allocated for the rehabilitation of Nigeria's refineries, including $1.56 billion for the Port Harcourt refinery, $740.6 million for Kaduna, and nearly $657 million for Warri. Investigators have reportedly uncovered about 80 billion naira in the personal account of a former managing director, prompting the arrest of recently dismissed refinery heads. And now to foreign news. At least 7 people have been killed after a hospital and market were bombed in South Sudan as fears grow of a return to civil war. A medical charity, Doctors Without Borders, says helicopter gunships dropped a bomb on the pharmacy of the hospital it runs in Old Vanguard, Jonglei State, burning it down before firing on the town for 30 minutes. It says a drone then bombed the local market. The hospital is the only one in Fagak County, which has a population of more than 110,000 people and destroyed all its medical supplies. The charity called for the attack, which left 20 people injured, a clear violation of international humanitarian law. A spokesman, Maman Mustafa, said the charity was still trying to establish the facts, but local witnesses had said the aircraft were government forces helicopters. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has secured a second term in office, overcoming what's often called the incubescent curse with a sweeping election victory. While the final votes count will take days, early results show Albanese's centre-left Labour government set to significantly grow its majority. The Liberal National Coalition has suffered a heavy defeat across the country. In his victory speech, Albanese said Australians had voted for fairness, aspiration, and opportunity for the masses and for a nation that values courage as well as compassion. Meanwhile, opposition leader Peter Dutton, who lost his seat after 24 years, accepted full responsibility for the loss and apologized to his colleagues. And now sports. Arsenal has identified Atalanta's Ademola Lookman as a potential target for the summer transfer window. The 27-year-old forward has enjoyed a stellar Serie A season for Atalanta, scoring 13 goals, provided 5 assists in 28 matches. Also, he has scored 18 goals and provided 6 assists in 17 appearances across all competitions. Lookman is widely expected to depart Bergamo after a successful 3-year stint with Gianni Piero Gasperini's side. According to report, Arsenal is among 5 Premier League clubs interested in signing Lookman, with Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Newcastle United also in the mix. President of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Ibrahim Gusau, has paid glowing tribute to the late former Green Eagles captain, Christian Chukwu, formerly known as Chairman, describing him as a true national hero who will never be forgotten. Gusau's message was delivered in Enugu during a condolence visit to the Chukwu family by an NFF delegation and Football Association chairman from the Southeast. Speaking on his behalf, NFF First Vice President Felix Anyasi Agu said Christian Chukwu was a symbol of patriotism and dedication, having served Nigeria with distinction both on the pitch and from the sidelines as a coach. And that's our news at 9. But just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration introduced the Lagos Economic Acceleration Program, LEAP, to reduce the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on small businesses? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, has joined the global community to mark the 2025 International Noise Awareness Day with a theme, Protect Your Hearing, Protect Your Health. The federal government, in partnership with transporters, has commenced the implementation of 40% fare reduction for commuters in Abuja following the installation of compressed natural gas systems on taxis originating from Area 1 Motor Park to other parts of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. We also told you that at least 7 people have been killed after a hospital and markets were bombed in South Sudan as fears grow of a return to civil war. And in sport, Arsenal has identified Atalanta's Ademola Lookman as a potential target for the summer transfer window. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Olaiya. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.